Part 4. Jesus taken to Golgotha, skull. Joseph, Nicodemus. John 19:38 to 39. And after these things, Joseph from Arimathea, being a disciple of Jesus, but a hidden one for the fear of the Jews, requested of Pilate that he might take the body of Jesus away. And Pilate allowed it. He came therefore and took his body away. And Nicodemus. Joseph, Nicodemus, took away body of Jesus, object 30 pieces of silver. That is Jesus. John 19:40. Therefore they took the body of Jesus and bound it in linen cloths with spices, as is the custom for the Jews for burying. Both wrapped object 30 pieces of silver with linen cloths. That's it here. Same 30 pieces here. Luke 23:53. And he took it down and wrapped it in a fine linen cloth. Joseph took it down to Golgotha. Yes, this is Golgotha now. Mark 15:22. And they brought him to the place, Golgotha, which is interpreted the place of his skull. Joseph took 30 pieces of silver to Golgotha. That is it here. Took it to the Vedi, number 16. Stone, chessboard. Mark 16:1-2. And when the Sabbath was past, Mary the Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James and Salome, bought spices so that they might come and anoint him. And very early in the first day of the week, they came to the tomb as the sun rose. 4 gods in search of chessboard, temple at tomb 3B. This is what they're looking in search of chessboard. Chessboard left, they're in search of chessboard. Joseph took away 30 pieces, silver pieces, previous from tomb 3B. He took away that. Mark 16:3. And they said to one another, who will roll away the stone first from the door of the tomb? Jesus and Christ's entities asked, who will carry stone chessboard for us from tomb 3B? Who will carry the chessboard? That's what they're asking. Matthew 27:32. And as they were going out, they found a man of Cyrene, Simon by name. This one they compelled to take up his cross. They met a man, Simon, 4 gods again. They enlisted them, 4 gods, to carry cross. Is a chessboard. Cross is chessboard. Matthew 27:33. And when they had come to a place called Golgotha, that is to say, place of a skull. That's here. Golgotha. Matthew 27:36. And they sat down and guarded him there. After second death, 4 gods cast lots. After second death, cast dice and sat down to play chess. Jesus in Galilee. Luke 24:1. Now on the first day of the week at early dawn, they came to the tomb bringing the spices which they had prepared. Jesus and Christ's entities went to chessboard. That's it. This is tomb at number 16 Vedi here. This is the tomb they went to. Luke 24:2. And they found the stone roll away from the tomb. Stone, tomb, chessboard roll away from tomb 3B. We took it over there. They found chessboard that was taken away by 4 gods. Simon, 4 gods took away the chessboard from here and took it there. Luke 24:3. And when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. Body of Jesus, 30 pieces. 30 pieces. Was taken away by Joseph from tomb number 3B and carried to Golgotha number 16 Vedi. Luke 24:4. And while they stood perplexed about this, behold, 2 men stood by them in dazzling clothing. 2 men, Joseph and Nicodemus. Luke 24:5. And they became frightened and bowed their faces to the ground. And the men said to them, why are you seeking the living one among the dead? Luke 24:6. He is not here but has been raised. Remember how he spoke to you while he was still in Galilee? Chessboard and 30 pieces are in Galilee. This is Galilee. Number 16 Vedi. Joseph took body of Jesus, 30 pieces to Golgotha. Number 16 Vedi. Both Jesus, chessboard and 30 pieces are in Galilee. Number 16 Vedi. Chess game. It's all a chess game. John 20 verse 11. But Mary stood outside at the tomb weeping. Then as she wept, she stooped to look into the tomb. Mary, Jesus, and Christ entities visited tomb Golgotha, Vedi number 16. John 20:12, and beheld two angels in white sitting, one at the head and one at the feet, where the body of Jesus had lain. She saw two angels, two pairs of angels, four gods, sitting where body of Jesus, 30 pieces, had been, one pair at head and one pair at feet. 30 pieces Jesus had been on chessboard in second death. John 20:13. And they said to her, Woman, why are you weeping? And she said to them, Because they have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him. Four gods spoke to Mary. Four gods had taken chessboard to Golgotha. Mary is in Golgotha. John 20:14. When she said these things, she turned backward and beheld Jesus standing there. Yet she did not know that it was Jesus. Mary saw Jesus, 30 pieces, standing at side of chessboard. John 20:15. Jesus said to her, Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you seeking? She, supposing that he was a gardener, said to him, Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away. 30 pieces. Jesus spoke to Mary. Jesus and Christ entities said to him, Sir, the four gods here, four players. Mary spoke to them, Where did you put 30 silver pieces? Jesus, where did you put it, Jesus? It was Joseph who brought 30 pieces of silver to Golgotha, number 16, Vedi. John 20:16, Jesus said to her, Mary. She turned and said to him in Hebrew, Rabboni, which means teacher. Jesus said, 30 pieces, said Mary. John 20:17, Jesus said to her, Do not touch me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father, but go to my brothers and say to them, I ascend to my Father, and your Father, and my God, and your God. Mary addressed 30 pieces as master. 30 pieces are outside of chessboard. Do not hold 30 pieces. 30 pieces have not yet ascended to my Father, your Father, my God, your God. Four gods, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaisyas, and Sudras. Number 16, Vedi, Golgotha, skull. John 19:41. Now in the place where he was crucified, there was a garden. And in the garden, a new tomb in which no one had ever yet been laid. Jesus is still crucified with new name, 30 pieces of silver. He is not on chessboard. He is not on the chessboard cross. Garden with new tomb is number 16, Vedi. This is the garden here. That's the garden. Yes, garden, new tomb. It's number 16, Vedi. No new names put on Vedi. No new names put there. Luke 23:53. And he took it down and wrapped it in a fine linen cloth and laid him in a tomb hewn in the rock where no one had ever lain. John 19:42. Therefore, because of the day of preparation for the Jews, and because the tomb was near, they laid Jesus there. Day of preparation, day for chess game. Day of preparation, day for chess game. Day, four gods laid Jesus. This is Jesus too, the chessboard. In gardens number 16, Vedi. You put the chessboard on the Vedi. This is the chessboard on the Vedi. There. The garden is the Vedi. John 20:7. And the handkerchief which had been over his head, not lying with a linen cloth, but folded up in one place apart. Linen cloths to wrap 30 pieces folded in one place apart. Linen cloths to wrap 30 pieces and chessboard rolled up separately.